Good morning. It's Mitch on a live this morning. How y'all doing? Sunday morning. Hope you're having a wonderful, awesome, very good morning so far. I have missed you. I've missed the lives. I've missed being out here first thing. It's just not the same. Recording and then posting it up. It's a little more work on my end too. Missed the live. So decided to do one this morning. My topic, my question, are you following the blind? Are you following the blind? That may trigger a scripture for you if you are familiar with the scripture. And yes, we'll go there. But first, a little quote on Facebook, as always. Stop asking people who have never been where you are going for directions. I love that. Stop asking people who've never been where you're going for directions. How often does that happen? Man, as I talk with people come sit down with me and you start sharing what's going on in their life, and they'll just, I talk with him and I talk with him and I talk with him, and they said this, and I'm like, you know what? I don't say it. I really don't. But I would love to be able to say, wait a minute, hold on. Why in the world are you asking them for directions, for guidance? They don't have a clue. And this is the scripture, Matthew 15:14, New American Standard. Leave them alone. They are blind guides of blind people. And if a person who is blind guides another who is blind, both will fall into a pit. I just see this so often in the area of, I'm having marital problems, for example. Me and my wife ain't getting along. And who are people generally talking to? Other people who are having problems in their marriage. Why you want to go talk to somebody who is not doing it right? Find somebody who is. Find somebody who's been through a terrible situation. Maybe there's been some infidelity and they've patched it up and they got a better marriage now than they've ever had before. That's who you want to be talking to. Are you going through a divorce? Who are you hanging out with? Other divorced people. Other people mad and wish they could get a divorce but won't. You've got to be careful, man, who you're asking for directions from, who you're listening to that's guiding you in this journey. So I love this. I actually took the time this morning to just Google, this phrase, the blind leading the blind. There's some very interesting portraits that have been written or been painted. You don't write a portrait. Hey there, Scott. Good to see you out there, buddy. You up early out there in Vegas. So here's what one place on the website said. What does it mean for the blind to lead the blind? Having a leader who is no more informed than his followers, both of whom are unequipped to deal with the situation at hand. I just love the way they put that. Having a leader who is as uninformed about the situation as the follower is, neither one of them is equipped to deal with the situation. And guys, I'm just telling you, I see this so often as I work with people. Why? One of the reasons I really believe people are so stuck is they're just talking to other people who are stuck in the same situation. They don't know what to do. They can't help you. But it's amazing to me how many people love to give advice. Back in my day when I was in the bar scene and loved hanging out and drinking till I couldn't drink no more, it's crazy the wisdom that's being expounded by those sitting on those bar stools. At that time as a young man looking, this dude's 50, 60, 70 years old, ain't got nothing, ain't never had nothing, but now he wants to tell me how to live my life. Why would you listen to someone who's not been where you want to go? So many times, I want to surround myself. I'm trying more and more to surround myself with people who've been where I want to go. They're there. They've already processed. They've already walked the journey. Yesterday, me and all three of my boys at one time or another watched The Pilgrim's Progress. On one of the streaming services I ran through there, somebody has done an excellent animated version of that famous book, The Pilgrim's Progress by John Bunyan. And it really triggered this for me. As he's on his journey, so many people trying to lead him off the straight and narrow, trying to take him in another direction. Don't listen to people who've not been where you want to go. They don't have the directions to give you. Find you somebody who has processed through. Now, here's the thing. A lot of times we don't know who that is. You look at people who are successful in whatever area you want to be successful in. You don't know the backstory. But I promise you, if you'll take the time, call them, say, look, let me buy you a cup of coffee. Let me sit down. Let me take you out to lunch. Sit down and begin to have conversation with these people who have already arrived. You'll find there's a long journey and a story they have learned to overcome. Many times they are right where you are, or even further back than you are, but they know how. That's who you want to listen to. That's who you want to get a direction, advice, and guidance from. So guys, that's my thoughts for you this morning. Are you following the blind? I know for a large portion of my journey, I was just commiserating with other people in the same situation. Honestly, if we're just flat honest about it, it's self-pity. We were just commiserating in our self-pity and why other people had it better than we did. No, you've got to find those people, and they're out there. They'll be willing to talk to you. Why don't we? I think if we're really honest with ourselves, we can just boil it down to fear. I'm afraid to ask somebody who's already where I want to be because I don't know how they're going to feel about me. I feel like they'll think I'm stupid. It's just fear. It's fear of failure, fear of not measuring up in someone else's eyes. Who is that coming from? God's not giving you the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So I'm telling you, pay attention to whatever limiting mindsets, faulty beliefs you are operating with that's keeping you in a position of asking people who don't know how to get there for instruction. What's keeping you to ask those who do know, who's already arrived? So stop following the blind. The blind will lead you into a pit. So that's my thoughts. Love you guys this morning. Again, if you have anybody out there you feel like this may register with, do me a favor, tag them, send it to them. Share this for the world. I would love to help you. Maybe as you've been listening to me along, you realize, you know what, this old boy does know what he's talking about. He has been somewhere. And if I can help you, if I can guide you, instruct you, give you some directions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to tag a couple of things in the comments below. There's another little picture I found. I thought that was interesting. And I'll also be putting my link down there. So let me know, are there any other scriptures, any other thoughts you have as we talk about this? Drop them in the comments, guys. We love you. We'll see you again tomorrow. Won't be live. It'll be another pre-recorded, but I just wanted to jump on live and see who was out there. So thank you, Scott, for joining me live today. The rest of you guys who missed it, love you. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.